Stay tuned, guys. This is incredible. We're interviewing Peter Terrin at his house. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Peter, my brother.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for this invitation, man.
Welcome to the jungle.
This is an incredible house we have here, man.
Thank you. Have you seen anything yet?
Yes.
So,
take us inside.
welcome.
Yeah. So we're this is Santa Teresita.
Yes.
How long have you started here? What?
I built in 2018, 2019.
Okay.
It took me 2 years to build, and just after COVID, we were able to move in, and I've been here now 5 years.
That's from your art studio you had in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Big change.
Did it change?
Yeah.
How long were you in
Puerto Ventura, so like 7 years. Yeah, 6, 7 years.
Okay, and how was that?
Yeah, well, it's a big change, of course.
This is
I was able to build my dream place, and I never thought I was going to pull this off. But when my career took off, I started to get some savings, and I'm like, hey, why not? I found this land that was very accessible price-wise, and then we went from there. First got the land, then saved a bit more, and then started building my studio because where I was living in Puerto Venturas, the landlord needed his place. So I was like, okay, now what? So I asked the architect, please build my studio first so I can paint.
I remember following you guys, following you because I have following you for. I met you on 5th Avenue. You know, I remember that part. You know, I remember we visited your art studio with Beltram. As well. That was quite some time, man. And that's how sort of this idea. How big is the house?
You know, I don't know how many square meters. I think 600 or something, 600-700 square meters. But living space. But the land was big. I didn't want to move from Puerto Venturas. I loved it there. The community is amazing. But it was too expensive. The lot was small, and the lots are smaller. And I had this vision of having my art studio, my art gallery, a living space. It's not a big house. It makes it big because of my working quarters. The gallery takes up some space. The studio takes up some space. I have an office place upstairs, so it's a two-bedroom place.
And how was the gallery?
The gallery, I have a gallery there. I show you later on.
Okay. Then you have the gallery, and then you have your workspace.
I have a workspace, 2 different places. I have a studio to work, and I have a gallery where I can show my work when people visit.
How many bedrooms?
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms. Yeah. But you have a massive space.
I have lots of lands, and I can I have my animals that can walk freely here. It's really safe. It's half an hectare. So it's 5,000 square meter, and I've got.
It's crazy. You got the animals. You got everything there. Can you take me down? Yeah. Amazing.
Come over. Let me show you the studio. Let me take you to the studio. This is the famous. Picasso.
This is Picasso?
All my animals have basically artist names. So this is Picasso, but it's spelled like Pigcasso. You have the spotted one is Pollock, based on Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
Lola, we got Lola, but Lola is actually not named after an artist. We've got Dali. And then we got Mama, the mother is Frida. So it's a whole family.
This is the mother?
Yes, mother, daughter. Look at this guy, he's stuck.
They got stuck.
Oh my God.
And this guy
These are the 2 kids, and these are the 2 parents.
This guy is incredible, man. I remember he was young.
He's 10 years old now. He's 10 years.
I don't know if I have to see my archives if I have a picture of him.
I
feel like I had a picture of him.
It was a mini pig.
And I remember you had the story. They sold you a little mini pig, but in reality it was.
No, man. Look at him now. It's like the Jurassic Park pig. But I love him, you know, and he's part of and Lola loves to clean his ears. That's what she always does. This is my happy place with my babies, and this is where I paint the days away. They're always around me. And here in the jungle, it's just so peaceful, man. And it's great location because I'm between Playa del Carmen and Tulum.
Exactly, you're like right in the middle.
I got a supermarket 7 minutes away. So it's perfect. Amazing. I got Puerto Venturas if I want to go for dinner. It's a 7 minutes drive to Puerto Venturas, and I still feel like isolated in the jungle. But I'm not really, because I'm close by everything.
What do you got there? You're gonna.
I got my huerto, but my huerto is like my veggie garden. It's not easy to grow them here because there's a lot of minerals in the water. So you have to water them with rainwater. But in the middle of the summer when there's not a lot of rain, so it's a bit. I haven't figured it out how to do it yet. Some plants work really well. Tomatoes are easy to plant. Chilies are easy to plant, but the rest, man, it's not. I'm not a farmer. Let's say it like this.
Hey, step by step. You do a lot of things. You have the bikes. You got the.
Let me show you the studio.
Okay.
Let me show you the studio.
Let's check out the studio.
Okay.
This is where the magic happens.
Yes, this is my bodega. This is where I store all my paints, my canvases. This is tables where I work. This is some older work. I've got my little corner here where I work.
Yeah.
I've got my sofa there where I watch my Champions League, where I watch the Tour de France, because I still love to follow my sport.
Okay, yeah. I got the medals for the
the medals, but
Ironmans and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I got my Ironman. I got my bike on the wall.
Yeah.
This is my. I spend 70% of my days here.
Here.
Yeah. And it's just perfect. This is where I create. I've got my painting table. I've got all my...
You made this, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
you
my
made this
carpenter did this. This is all my tools, all my palette knives.
Yeah.
And this is where it all happens.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's
take a seat.
Let's take a seat and let's start this amazing conversation.
Look what a good friend setup we have
here.
Good
friend from a long time.
Yes.
You know, I remember the beginnings, you know, at least when I met you on Fifth Avenue when you were, you know, selling your art there.
It all started there for me in the Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, I came to Mexico as an entertainer.
So you were actually coming from the entertainment. You were here in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
That was what year?
2006, I came here. I had a little game show. I worked in Ibiza before as an entertainer.
How old were you?
I left Belgium when I was 20.
Okay, 20 years old.
So I went to Ibiza to work as an entertainer.
Yeah.
And I was always in my free time, I was always painting. And then one of my managers saw me painting and he's like, hey, we pay so much money for the sets of the shows and the musicals. If we buy you big panels and if we buy you paints, you could do the scenography.
Yeah.
And I'm like, So I ended up working in hotels as an entertainer and doing the sets for the big shows.
That was in Ibiza?
That was in Ibiza. And then they sent me to the Dominican Republic. They sent me all over the world to do this, making big sets. And that's why my paintings today are big. I actually found the joy of painting big.
Amazing, man.
Because I was painting for theaters.
Wow. That was in 2000 and...
Yeah, when I came to Mexico, it was 2006.
In 2006. But Ibiza, that was in 2000.
Yeah, when I was 20. I was... 94, I started
1994.
I'm 51 now.
Wow, that was quite some time, man.
So I came to Mexico and I worked as an entertainer, but I was 33 then. And somehow I've had it. I didn't want to do this anymore. I mean, I've loved the job. I loved being on the stage. I was like the MC with the microphone. Yeah.
So this is good for you. This microphone.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it.
That's good. That's good stuff, man.
So and then I came to Mexico. I quit my job. I went full time for my art. That was really tough.
But take me back. Take me back to family. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah, from a small city.
Parents are from Belgium as well?
Yeah, they're from Belgium, both from Belgium. Small city close to Bruges, which is more famous.
Yeah.
I've had a great childhood.
Brothers, sisters?
I have a sister who's 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
And
she still lives in Belgium? Or?
Yeah, she still lives in Belgium. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My parents didn't. My father was a history and language teacher.
Okay.
My mother was a stay-at-home mom, so I come from a warm nest.
Okay.
My parents never believed in art school.
But you had always the love of art since you were a little kid.
It was always sport and art.
Okay.
I was a terrible student. I wasn't. So my father was an intellectual, and maybe it was a bit of my dogs are going crazy. Maybe it was a bit of a disappointment for him that I wasn't going to follow his intellectual smart footsteps.
Yeah.
But he knew straight away that, this is not his mission. Let's let him do his thing. I was able to study what I wanted, but not art, because in his eyes, artists are ending up, there's very little that end up successful.
Yeah.
So I had to compromise. I went to study textile design.
Okay.
In
Belgium?
In Belgium.
Okay.
And the only reason was because I studied textile design because it had 19 hours of drawing and painting and color studies.
So you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to get my basis. My base. You're smart.
I had no ambition to become a designer, but I wanted to paint.
Cool.
And then but of course, I mean, it was textile design. It had a lot to do with fabric and the weaving, the process of making carpets or weaving fabric for curtains, for example, or fabrics for cars.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all good to design this, but the technical aspect, how it's woven, is not so simple. And that was again technical, which I absolutely hated, which was not my thing. Like, so I barely, boring. God, so boring. So I barely made it through. I got my certificates thanks to some really amazing teachers that I had that believed in me.
What was his name or her name?
Oh, there was a couple of them. Yeah. You know, and also
shout out to them.
Yeah, for big shout out. Yeah, to Mr. Van Olle, and I still have Mr. What was the guy? I can't remember their names now, but they were really.
They were anchors for you.
Yeah.
People that set up values.
Yeah, two teachers. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Two teachers. Mr. Sunen was also one, and Mr. Pator was another one. And the two last ones were art teachers. Yeah. And I remember Mr. Sunen, he was painting the gardens from the royal family. And I was amazing. So blown away by his work. And a couple of years ago, I went to Belgium. We had a school reunion and I met him again. And he was really pleased to see that I make my living now as an artist.
Amazing, man. Yeah. You know, I think that those are the incredible, I feel like, you know, the mentors and the people that influence you in a very young age. You know, this is the result. Right?
I need this in my life. Yeah. I need examples. I need people to look up to. That can be average people, everyday people. That can be teachers. That can be celebrities. I love to adore my heroes. Yeah. In modern day society, we love, my dogs can be a little bit annoying. Sorry. In modern day society, we love to bring people down. Also our heroes, you know. If I look at Messi, he needs to go to the bathroom just like I do, you know. But let me play against him, I'm going to look like an absolute fool. He is, you know, everything what I want to be, you know, in sport or I have the same with some painters that I look up to. Yeah. My style is actually, I copied a lot of my art heroes in the past. And if you look now, my style, from every one of them, I took something. I took some splashing, I took this, I looked the use of a palette knife. That's from another artist I looked up to. Yeah. And slowly my style has developed, but there's a lot of influences from my art heroes in there.
And now when that was right when you were in school. Right? That's when you were studying. Yeah. These people became your art heroes, or you were picking up the mentors, the people. Yeah. Like you're starting getting bits of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So of course, my art heroes came when I really started to believe, hey, I might have a future here as an artist. You know, this was a kid's dream, like other kids dream to be an astronaut or to be a professional football player. Yeah. I didn't have the talent to be a professional football player, but you know, I said maybe I can make it as a painter.
When did that thought came, bro? When was that thought when you were like, maybe I can make it as a painter? When do you recall that thought coming?
The dream was always there.
Okay, that was always there.
Yeah, it was, or I wanted to be a professional football player, a soccer player, like they say in this area, but for us it's football. Or I wanted to be an artist, you know. And around the age of 16, 17, I realized, okay, football is not going to do it. Yeah. And then I started to focus a little bit on my arts. And of course, you're surrounded with your neighbors, with your family, and these people are your first, there's the first applause you get from them, you know? They love you. Oh, you're good.
They're cheering you on. They're like, hey, you can do it. You can
well
do
done.
It,
oh, it's beautiful paintings. And then I went abroad and I started to make the big sets. And then I had tourists come to me. Did you paint this? Oh, that's very nice. And you start to believe that maybe there is something there, you know? Yeah. And then that was a funny story. I always used to paint in my free time. So in my room, I had lots of paintings. So one of my pickup lines when I was an entertainer, you know, when I was an entertainer,
stuff, my brother.
I paint in my free time. You want to see my paintings? You know, my friends still laugh about this. I say, oh yeah, we want to see your paintings. Oh well, I have them in my room. So
that's good.
But so all these people that you start to believe, you know, nobody ever said this in the football. Oh man, you're real. You can make it. You know. Yeah, that was incredible, man. But you know, with the years, I started to gain a little bit of confidence. So yeah, maybe this could work, you know.
So take me back a little bit through your college area. You mean you were, what, 22, 23 years old when you finished college?
No. And I started studying textile design when I was 16.
Okay.
And then I finished around 19. I tried a little bit after that. I said, I want to be a sports teacher because, you know, But that didn't last very long, 3 months.
Okay, that was short. That was a short period of time.
I ended up skipping school and going to play football with my friends on the beach until my parents found out.
Yeah. You're like,
crazy. Hey, we're paying school for you. And then a friend of mine said, hey, there's this job that they need entertainers for these all-inclusive resorts. And I think you're a social guy, you're sportive, this could be something for you. And then at 20, I left to Ibiza.
Okay, so that was the whole transition. Yeah. You're in college you got the mentors, you had your parents. I mean, your parents were probably a little bit freaked out maybe?
Yeah,
that you were going, you're like, you know?
I had amazing parents. They weren't happy. My mom still finds it sad that I live on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
But big shout out to Mama.
Yeah.
She supports you a lot.
Oh my God, yes. My dad unfortunately passed away. He's never seen my success, which is such a shame.
Sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah. When did he pass away?
My dad passed away when I was working in Ibiza. Okay. He was battling cancer for many years, and then I flew home when he was really, really sick, and he passed away in my arms. So I'm happy that I was there.
You were there at least for that.
But I'm sure he would be very proud to see.
I'm sure he. I mean, for the last 14 years that I've known you, I've seen you grow, and I'm pretty proud. I'm proud of you, man. You know, I've seen you grow, and I see the different additions that you've launched as well, which we'll get to that part as well here in a bit.
Yeah, it's been a nice journey.
Yeah, you have a older sister.
I have a younger sister. She's 2 years younger.
2 years, and she's still back in Belgium.
Yeah, she's back in Belgium. She's married. She's married on the beach here in Mexico, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
And yeah, she's got a normal job, and she's interested in art. She lost her brother's art, but she's not like artistic or something.
Yeah. And you said that you were in New York visiting your son, no?
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's a long story. Yeah. From my time in Ibiza. It's
so the time of taking somebody to go see your art.
Yeah. You can say like somebody that liked my paintings. And actually, we only recently bonded. The kid is 19, man.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it was very at the end. My last weeks. Not a lot of people know this, by the way. But anyway, the word is out now. I don't care.
Yeah.
So and we bonded a couple of years ago, and I went to see him in Berlin. His mother is German, and it was his first visit here. It was all a bit strange in the beginning because he hasn't been in my life.
Yeah.
So it was. I really wasn't know how this was going to work for 3 weeks, but it went really fine. The weather wasn't very good here, so I took him to New York as a young kid, and of course he loved it. You know. Yeah.
So this was your first. So this was your first interaction right now in New York.
With him?
No. That was you.
No, I met him 2 years ago in Berlin.
Oh, 2 years ago.
That was the first time he came to visit me here, and the first time we actually spent 3 weeks together.
Oh, very cool, man.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was
amazing.
Adapting in the beginning.
Does he look like you?
Well, some people say yes.
A little bit like you, yeah.
It's weird, man. I've never been into the father role.
Yeah.
So now at 52, you suddenly have a 19-year-old kid. So it's a bit weird. But it was a bit hesitating in the beginning. But after a while, you flow into this.
And how's he feeling?
Yeah, I had a lot of questions, and he had a lot of questions for me.
Of course, setting a good base.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, listen, do you blame anything? He said, no. My mother was always very honest about what happened. You know, it was just a one-night fun thing. Yeah. And she was always very honest since a very early age. I was just, I knew he was not going to be in my life. What's
his name?
Finn.
Finn.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Finn.
Yeah, big shout out to Finn.
Cool stuff, man. Yeah. Congratulations for being a father.
Yeah, daddy cool.
Yeah, man. That's amazing, man. Yeah. But building that bond, building that relationship.
Life is full of surprises, and the older you get, the more you realize that these magical things you just have to embrace,
Family, man. Family is important,
Yeah, I do realize family is important. I'm a bit of a loner. I left home quite young, and to travel around the world, it was never my intention to travel around the world. It just happened, It just happened. I ended up working in this job that I loved. They sent me all over the world. I worked in Dominican Republic, Ibiza, Canarian Islands, Austria. I was in Venezuela, Hawaii, traveling. But life gives you these curveballs, and I just embrace it. And now I end up living in Mexico, a country I adore.
What year was that when you came down and be an entertainer, all inclusive? When that year? What year was that when you came down to Mexico?
2006.
Oh, 2006.
2006.
2006 was it. and you had already the artistic, you know.
I nothing. I was still the entertainer.
You're still the entertainer.
I was still the entertainer. I mean, I didn't. I had a lot of questions like, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Living out of your suitcase, living in these hotels, because it's fun. It is fun. You don't have to worry about anything. They give you food, they give you drinks, you travel, you can save some money. You're an entertainer in these big resorts, so you get tickets to go here, to go there.
It's like the cruise. Like working in a cruise ship.
Yeah, you can put some money to the side, which I didn't do, but I was having and that's what you do when you're young, you know. So I was questioning, like, you're in your 30s, it's time to take life serious. You have nothing right now, no house, no nothing. Some of my friends had already a house, had kids, like an identity crisis. I'm like, you know what? If I'm not going to do it now, I will always be a hobby artist. I will always be, that friendly guy who paints. I'm gonna give it a try, man. I quit my job and I went for it, and then I had 4 very difficult years.
That was from 2006
to 2000, around 2009, 2010.
Okay, because I met you in 2012, I think. On Fifth
that's
sort of
Fifth Avenue opened up for artists
on Thursdays, Thursday nights. Remember that?
It was the section past Constituyentes northwise
to 30th. To 30th.
And that wasn't gaining so much traffic, so they wanted to put something there so the tourists would also cross the Constituyentes. And so they came up with the idea, let's have artists put their stuff here in the middle of the street. And that opened a lot of doors for me.
It did, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I remember a Dutch guy who had an art gallery. And he was like, hey, do you have representative in Holland? I said, I don't know. I just paint here in the street. And look, it was tough because I had no money. My big paintings, I had to bring them rolled up. I put them in the middle of the street on the floor.
I remember, brother.
With stones on the corner so the wind wouldn't take them. Some people were just...
When it started raining.
The raining was a nightmare.
Oh my God.
We had to pick them up.
Everybody
so
was picking up fast, man.
Crazy.
And here in the Caribbean, when it starts raining, it starts pouring.
And then some people didn't see that it was art. They were looking at the shops, and some people walked on top of my canvas. It was. But anyway, that guy saw me, and I ended up showing my work in Holland in a gallery.
Amazing,
but the most important
humble beginnings. You know, I started selling T-shirts on Fifth Avenue on 14th and 5th.
Really?
On Mare Blue. Wow. That was my first job in 2010. Wow. That's where I started, man. It's crazy.
But for me, the biggest factor of change was a couple I met from Canada. I really want to mention them here in this interview, because when I was at my lowest point, where it wasn't working, my art wasn't selling, I couldn't afford to go home, I was not able to see my family. My mom was phoning. I hadn't told them that I quit my job. And I didn't tell them. And so every time my mom was like, hey, when are you going to see me? Mom, listen, in Mexico, they work a lot. We don't have a lot of holidays. I have no holidays. I can't. I have so much work. But I had no work. I had no money.
You didn't want to worry them.
I couldn't go home because I had no money. And then at the lowest point, I met this couple from Canada. And they were like at a party. When people invite you to a party in their house, you go when you're a starving artist. You put yourself full of food.
Yo, you're feeding me? I'm there.
Exactly.
I had those before too, man. It's like, hey, cool, man.
So you don't have to worry for food for 2 days. And I'm at one of those parties. They say, hey, we heard you're an artist. We just built a house here. Can you show us what you have? So I invited them to my humble little apartment in Puerto Venturas on the ground floor. Very small. I had to paint on the terrace outside in the garden.
That's the one we went to with.
No, that was one before.
Before.
Yeah. And I when it rained, I couldn't paint because I was painting outside. And so they came and they're like, well, we like this. And they ended up buying 3 paintings. And I remember like, so how much is this? And I'm like, $1,200. So he said, okay, 3 times $1,200, $3,600. I'm like, no, it's $1,200 for the 3. And he looked at his wife like, I can't believe this, you know. He bought the paintings, and then a week later he calls me. He's like, hey, I want to talk to you. And I was scared because I thought, I was first of all very happy with the $1,200 I received. You know, so I spent it on canvas, I spent it on paint, and I spent it on food. I filled my fridge.
So when you got the call, you're like, oh man, they need the money back.
Yeah, I was afraid that was going to happen.
Oh, bro.
And I was like, And he's like, I was also painting with cheap paint. So I said, maybe he hang it in the sun and it's fading already, or I was using cheap varnish. So I said, maybe it's peeling off, you know? So I went to his house and he was like, hey, look, I don't understand why you are scraping by. He said, I really love your work. I've been a businessman all my life. I want to help you. We became friends. I ended up living in their house.
Wow.
Their daughters, adult daughters, good looking girls.
Yeah.
But of course, I said, I'm going to stay away from this, stay professional. They still today call me brother. Their kids call me Uncle Peter.
Amazing.
So this family,
what are their names?
The daughters are Nikita and Alex, and the parents are Arthur and Peter Stanley.
Big shout out.
So I always want to put them up there because
good props,
man. Thank you
guys.
Thank you guys, family.
Yes.
And we're still very good friends. I lived in their house for 2-3 years in the jungle. It was isolated in the jungle. I lived there. They gave me a house. I only had to worry about painting. With their contacts, the first thing he said, look, your prices are ridiculous. Nobody buys your art because you don't even value yourself. From now on,
he told you straight up. It was like, this is what it is, man.
You want me to help you? You want me to guide you?
I'm going to give you real talk.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, $2,000 from now on. And I'm like, Arthur, I'm not selling anything now. He said, you're not selling because people think it's cheap. All right. So 2 weeks later, I go to the Fifth Avenue. This guy walks up to me. He said, how much you want for that painting? And I was embarrassed to say, as a street artist, $2,000. But I did. I followed his advice. The guy didn't even blink. He said, okay, you got $500 here. Bring it tomorrow to my hotel, wrapped up, and I give you the rest. I couldn't believe it. I called my girlfriend. I'm like, why? I said, baby, I just sold a $2,000 painting.
What year was this?
That was 2009, 2010.
Okay, cool.
And then this guy from Holland, I ended up showing my work in Holland. The guy started to sell. He said, one day, you know what? Come here. I have an event. I want you to do live painting. I did live painting. And then I sold my first $10,000 painting.
Wow.
So then it started to go really fast.
Yeah, you're like, okay, what's going on here?
Then I was taking off, man. And then I started to sell more and more. And then Arthur said again, hey, there's a golden rule in business. It's called supply and demand.
Yeah.
If you have too much demand and you cannot supply it fast enough, you have to raise your prices.
Yeah.
So I started to raise my prices. I started to have really good savings. I started to sell all over the world. His wife, Peter, she couldn't believe that I didn't have social media presence.
Yeah.
And she was like, you don't have social media? I said, I don't care about social media. And she said she had these young daughters who were like bloggers and, they love to, like young people do with all the posting and Instagram. She said, I'm going to do it for you. She brought me.
Wow.
She brought me.
Blessing of these. Yeah.
She started my Instagram.
Yeah.
And she brought me in a couple of years to more than 100,000 followers.
Wow.
She was answering for me. She was answering to people.
She's like the community manager, basically.
She was like, his work is $8,000. This is how much, and this is, and she was answering because she knew me. She knew how I worked. She saw me painting. She saw my ambition. She captured my humor. So she was answering in my name, and I just had to focus on painting, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So these people are.
Take me back. You were in 2008, 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
You sold your first $2,000 painting. And then what year was it when you sold your $10,000?
I don't remember exactly when I sold that painting in Holland. It was a penthouse in Eindhoven, and it was so big, the painting, that I had to. So I got the order when I was painting in front of the gallery.
Yeah.
So my gallery owner, he said, listen, I have this client, he loves your work. You need to make something 4 meters for the penthouse. So I went back to Belgium. A friend of my parents had a big bodega. In the winter, I started painting in that bodega, freezing cold. The 4 meter big painting, took it to Holland, rolled up. I took it to Holland. In the apartment, we had to assemble the frame, and it's up there now, looking all over Eindhoven.
Please send us a picture. We need to put this picture on the video. We need to see this.
My style was a bit different then.
Hey, it has evolved.
Yeah,
it has evolved.
But it was a beautiful story.
So when did you move from that small studio or from their homes to that penthouse that I went to visit you? That was in
2012, 13, something like this.
14, 13.
You know,
I still have pictures on my Facebook. On that one, because I had it, on your background.
Yeah.
Your hallway.
Yes,
I took a picture there.
Yeah.
And that was that for, I don't know, through 2 or 3 years. That was my background picture
really?
for my Facebook thing, man.
Well, it's the reason I didn't want to leave, they had a beautiful home, but it was a little bit too isolated. It was 4 kilometers in the jungle. Back then I had no internet and I had no cell phone reach. So my career was taking off and I couldn't, the people couldn't find me. So I was losing customers because of that. So I said, guys, you know, I gotta move out. I'm sorry, and I went to Puerto Venturas and I found this amazing place on top of in the marina, looking over the dolphins. It was
incredible.
I've seen
you were painting outside. You had your horse studio. I've seen amazing, man.
3-4 dolphins being born right in front of me from my house, looking down to the pool where they were.
Incredible.
And then people could find me, you know, people saw I was living in the center. I had like a little sign that says artist studio and gallery. And I got my mini pig.
We have to see pictures of that mini pig too.
Yeah.
You know,
my mini pig and
pig castle.
Yeah.
Pig castle.
That was the best marketing tool because I took him out for walks in the marina. He was this big. So I had a basset hound and I had that little pig. The basset hound was on a leash. The pig followed me because every 10 meters I gave him an almond. Like a nuts.
Yeah, he was going.
So everybody was like, what's with this guy and the pig? And everybody, that's an artist. He's very eccentric. You should go and see his gallery. So people walked up because of the pig.
Yeah. Then they want to go see Picasso.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
Now sometimes if I go back to Puerto Venturas, I'm like, you look familiar. I'm like, yeah, you probably remember not me, but I used to have a pig. Oh my God, are you the owner of Picasso? So my pig is more famous than me.
You should open up a Facebook, Instagram page for him. You know,
I remember that we had Puerto Venturas had the Pelican Press, which was like a little newspaper from Puerto Venturas. And one day they walked up to my studio and they said, hey, we'd like to do an interview. I'm like, very proud of my art. I'm like, no, you want to talk about my art? No, we want to talk about your pig. So
not about your art, but about your pig.
It was a very humble experience for me.
So that was from 2013, 14. You got the penthouse, then you started building your home here. In 2017, 18?
18 I started. I got the land in 18, 19, and then 20 I moved here.
In 20, right? And now we are in the present moment.
Yes.
What is the name of this house?
It has no name.
It has no name?
No. I was thinking about a name. I saw a couple of pájaros to, these beautiful birds with a stick feather.
Yeah.
I was thinking like maybe I could call it Casa to. But there's a couple of Casa tos. And then I said, should I call it Peter Terrin? But that's a little bit too, I don't know, it's too narcissistic. I didn't like it. So I still haven't got a name for my house.
Okay, maybe we ask the audience what should we name your house?
Could be an idea.
It could be an idea on that one. So now this is the present moment now here. We're in your creative space in your home.
Yes.
If the crowd wants to help us put a name into it, you know,
my studio.
Open up an ideas. But this is your studio. This is Peter Terrin's studio, art studio, and your home as well, and art gallery, which we're gonna give us a tour of your home right now for people to get to see this beautiful place that you have, and your family, your dogs, you know, and Picasso.
This is where it happens. I spend like 70% of my time here. Yeah, I created a place where I don't want to leave. So I get a lot of work done. I wake up in the morning and do a bit of training, and then I come home, have my breakfast, and then around 11 I'm in the studio with my babies always around me. Sometimes I have people helping me. 2 brothers are helping me with my social media. They come and they
work upstairs,
film and do editing. And then I have a very good friend of mine, Vicky. She does my accounting, so she helps me with that. She comes once a week, and I have a really good. I've got my 2 people working here, like Jorge, the caretaker. It's amazing people, and then
they help us with the production. Shout out to them. You know?
I mean, this is not. I'm doing okay. I'm not saying successful, but I'm really happy the way my life is going. But
grateful.
Yes,
that's the word.
It's not because just me. I have people around me that are just as important.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Well, if you want to show us around.
Yeah,
I'd love to. We'd love to come see.
Show you.
Let's show the crew, the people
place.
around. You know, awesome. Listo.
This is my table. Yeah, this is the buckets of paint I use. I put a plastic here on top. This is my mixing palette, my mixing table.
So you mix everything,
yeah, and then these are my palette knives, big ones, small ones.
There's a lot of them, man.
Yeah, every time I go to a new place, because we don't have art stores here.
Yeah.
So I went to New York, I got some new ones. I go to Belgium, I get some new ones.
Yeah.
Every year there's new shapes coming out, and I want to try them. I mean, and some of them I never use again, but I want to try, you know, like these are the latest ones I bought in New York.
Yeah.
And then you got this one, a round one. I don't know why it was for, but I actually use it a lot now.
Yeah.
Because I do the eyes with the round one.
Okay.
So that's also one I discovered.
So you have different editions. You have gone through, you know, I remember you were doing more faces.
Yeah, I do
you
faces.
Went through cartoons.
Yeah, that was. You will see this. I still have a lot left. And
okay.
The cartoon series was actually I'm in my 50s now, and I have a lot of like melancholic moments where I think about my past.
Yeah.
And I actually, as a kid, started painting cartoons. Okay. That's what kids do.
So you went back to.
So it's an honor of my childhood.
Yeah.
But of course, in a modern version and painted in my style now. But I really had fun with those.
Amazing.
It's something that my audience don't really accept. Because it's cartoons, it's not my typical.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
How many editions do you have?
There's only one original.
One original.
I used to have prints, but I'm never happy with the prints because first of all, it's flat. Yeah. It hasn't got the texture, and I never can get the right colors. You need to do you need to bring in the canvas, have a scan, and then a professional printing company has to get the colors. Yeah. So I was never satisfied. So I said, I'm not going to do prints anymore. No.
Okay. And where can they find your art?
Well, I have my website, www.terrinart.com.
Go like, check like that. Check it out like this. Go like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You read it here.
So this is your website.
And then I got my Instagram, which is Peter_Terrin art. That's Instagram.
Amazing. All these canvas you do them by hand.
So yeah, I buy my canvas, like you see there.
Yeah.
There's one next to my bike. I buy them in bulk in big rolls. I staple them on a plywood.
Yeah.
Because I don't like when I paint that the canvas wobbles.
Yeah, okay.
And then my carpenter in Playa, really nice guy, Pablo.
Shout out to Pablo.
Pablo, he makes my frames in aluminium.
Okay.
So the aluminium frames, and this is an older one, but they have a wooden wooden line. Oh. So the staples you can staple them.
Yeah.
And this is aluminium because like this, the paintings never warp.
Yeah.
Because here with the different air conditioning and heat, sometimes they bend.
Yeah.
So aluminium doesn't do that.
Amazing. Brother, I love your art studio. This is incredible. This is amazing. Felicidades.
Upstairs in the office.
And you have your...
Let me show you the rest. Let me show you where I relax after I finish painting.
Very
because
Mayan jungle.
Yes.
Luscious.
So this is the...
Hammock, for relaxation.
Yes, because I spend most of my time alone with my animals.
Yeah.
After my work, I like to be social.
Yeah.
So I like to invite people, and I like to sometimes I have neighbors over, I have friends over. This is, and then this is the perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to have I have a barbecue here. So yeah, this is also important,
Big pool, Olympic pool for swimming.
Yeah, I wanted this one because of my training for the triathlon. But I'm going to be very honest, I don't use it anymore. Because when you have to do a 2K swim, that's 80 laps. Wow. I feel like a hamster in a wheel. I have such a beautiful ocean here, so I take I take my buoy and I just go swimming in the ocean. But I'm very happy now to have my big pool.
That's a good pool. I'm pretty sure the dogs enjoy them.
Yeah, two of them jump in.
Yeah.
The females don't like...
so this is where you do your barbecue?
I got my barbecue.
This is the area where...
I got a little fire pit there, which I only use like 2 or 3 times a year because it's so hot. What was I thinking?
But it's good. I mean, sometimes it's getting a little bit cooler. I mean, for us, cooler...
In the winter...
It's 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes. In the winter, some nights you can say, let's go and sit around the fire.
Yeah, but not all the time.
No. And then I have, a big table, and this is very chill out. And from here, you have actually a beautiful view on the house. When they were building the house, right there was a stone, like a rock, And I remember sitting on that rock when they were building it, and my studio was finished first because I needed to be produced so I could keep making money to pay for the workers. So I was working there every day, and every 2-3 hours I went to sit on my stone, and slowly I saw my vision coming to life. I could see the house coming up. I could see the pool, and I was like, "Oh my God,
this is coming through."
Yeah, that was my
incredible,
moment.
man. Yeah. It's like it's a great way to see the manifestation come to life.
Yeah,
and the hard work.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
very cool. Very cool.
Is
and this is where your art studio.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna take you inside, but this section is completely the art studio. So. Yeah, the house looks big, but you take my art away, and then you're only left with the middle part, you know?
Yeah.
So
let's go check it out.
Let me show you. You want a mezcal?
Let's have a mezcal.
Let's have a mezcal.
Let's have a mezcal.
So, you know, it needs maintenance. I mean, living in the jungle is nice, but man, I was underestimating this. Thanks God I have this Jorge living here.
Yeah.
He's got his little house.
Nice terrace.
I love this, man.
Yeah.
These color, look at this color.
Was it small when you put it or not?
Yeah. There were little ones.
Yeah. How you deal with the mosquitoes here?
It's worse, and early in the morning, and like around 6 o'clock when the sun goes down, I think we should go inside because we're gonna get attacked.
All right.
Cool. So,
mezcal.
Dali. Oh my God, they're not used to see people here or what?
What is this? This is
I found this. Of course, this is from the Huicholes.
The
art. No, I found this in San Miguel de Allende. I absolutely love this piece, man. If you see it from close, all these little beats.
Yeah.
And I like skulls. It's
beautiful, bro.
So.
Thank you for your time and for your.
Here you go. Can we give one to the cameraman?
Yes.
Here you go, buddy. This is yours.
Cameraman. Salud.
So here we go. Cheers, guys.
Salud.
Super welcome.
Thank you, Peter.
Cheers.
Appreciate you, man.
Cheers.
The cups are amazing.
Oh, you see skulls?
Skull.
Yeah.
So let's take us now to see your beautiful art studio. So you have different editions, like do you pass through, or how do you rotate? You sell one and then you take them?
Yeah, I actually lately it's I have very little time to work for my own gallery because I have a lot of commission jobs now.
Okay.
So you know, I still like
I want to make a quick stop.
Yeah,
because I know this is important.
Oh, this place.
This place is important.
This is.
You're also with the Mexican tradition roots.
Yes,
so this is.
I love this.
And it's coming as well.
It's coming. Yeah, the Dia de Muertos. I love how Mexicans celebrate the death and how they keep them in their memory by building an altar, and then they put all the stuff that the person who passed away liked, the tequila or the beer, or and they put it all up there, and I love that. It's not a sad thing. It's like remembering a person that was in your life. So I created my own wall because my girlfriend back in the time, she's Mexican, and I decided to keep it, man. And this is I come and sit here sometimes.
Amazing.
My dad is there.
Yeah.
This was the father of my ex-girlfriend, but we're still very good friends, and these people meant a lot in my life, so they're here. The grandfather, and then my doggy who passed away here. He's
amazing, brother.
He's here.
He's there.
This is Mateo.
Incredible, man, Mateo. I love this, bro. And this is
the place. This is the gallery. Yeah.
Wow, this is just incredible.
You know, before when people came to see my studio when I was living in Puerto, I didn't really have the place to hang a lot.
Yeah.
And I had to show my painting rolled up, but now this looks much more professional.
This is incredible. I love the additions. I love the saying. I remember always seeing the phrases that you have. Where do you come up with those phrases?
Well, sometimes I see them. Sometimes I Picasso always say a good artist get inspired and great artists steal.
Yeah.
So this, for example, it's okay to live a life others don't understand.
Yeah.
I saw in a documentary of Coldplay. Okay. Coldplay was an island walking through the streets when they were interviewing Chris Martin. Yeah. I'm a huge Coldplay fan, by the way.
Yeah. And shout out to Coldplay.
Yeah, Coldplay. And this was written graffiti on the wall. And I love that phrase.
Amazing.
Because it's okay to live a life others don't understand.
Yeah, it is.
So I use, and the phrase paintings as a story. When I'm not happy with a painting, and I'm like, this is not going to do it, I cannot throw my canvas away.
Of course.
Because I come from poor moments.
Yeah.
So now under every under every phrase painting, there is an actually other painting. So on top of my paintings I don't like,
you don't like it, so you're like phrases.
Yes. And if you look close, there's much more texture on the art, on the text paintings than on the other ones.
Recycling it, making it different, you know? This is incredible, man. And what is the different inspirations to each one of them?
It's different series.
Felix the Cat.
Yeah, this is the cartoon series.
I still have a couple of Felix the Cat, man. How much is this? I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, this is I really love that one.
It's incredible. I love this.
So I got the Popeye, More Amor, Por Favor. So I try to put like a little...
More Amor, Por Favor.
Yeah.
By Terrin. Peter
Then
Terrin.
I got a huge... then this is a huge critique on the current American politics.
Make fairy tales great again. Oh, well, you know? Yeah, we love Donald Trump, don't we?
Oh, I can't stand him. I'm sorry, but this is not my friends. But anyway, the blue and the red Pinocchio.
I thought he was your best friend.
No, I can't stand
it. You can't stand Donald Trump.
You know, empathy and the guy has nothing like this. But anyway, that's I don't want to get involved. And then this is the Bugs Bunny, you know. This painting is actually sold.
Amazing. How much you sell this one for, if you don't mind me asking?
This is 10,700 US.
Okay.
This size.
That's the average price? Or
I have a formula of calculating. It is what I keep for myself. Because how do you price a work that is bigger and smaller? So I came up with $3,000 a square meter. So based on this, I calculate my prices.
Okay. Yeah. Fair price.
Yeah.
This is incredible, man. And how do you actually do like additions? Are you gonna go to additions? What's the future? What's Peter Terrin's future?
Okay.
And I want you to say it. You know, there's this
the swing.
Be fucking
Be fucking nice.
Be fucking nice.
That was a painting.
So that was a painting.
Friend of mine in Belgium.
And this is a carpet, bro.
The carpet.
Are you doing carpets too?
Yeah, but one of my the guys that I was studying with in textile design, he has a company that designs carpets, and he actually made that.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Is this the first one?
There was another one that we sold, but I wanted to keep this one.
This is amazing. I love it. Be fucking nice.
Be fucking nice.
So what's the future for Terrin?
Look, it's not a lack of ambition.
How is this looking? How does this come?
I just wanna, if I could sign a paper right now, it would be like, let me live this life for the rest of my life.
Okay.
I wanna be able to make a good living with what I love doing most, which is painting. And sometimes a crisis comes and you sell less, and then panic enters. And I'm sure many other artists are in the same situation.
It happens to entrepreneurs.
But
who do you want to work with? If you have to say no limits, there's no limitations.
Who I want to work with?
Yeah, who do you want to work with, or where do you want to make an exhibition? Like what is?
I want to keep on doing exhibitions. I went to. I've had exhibitions around the world, and there's one town I was so proud when I did an exhibition in New York. That was the dream come true.
Yeah.
I remember the night before, I was sitting on the rooftop bar from my hotel. It was on the Hudson River.
Yeah.
Ink 48 was the name of the hotel. I have a beautiful rooftop bar, and I was sitting there looking over Manhattan, and I'm like, I cannot believe this simple guy from Belgium is doing a show in New York. But the truth is, I didn't sell anything in New York, so I haven't been able to conquer New York. So maybe that's on the
New York.
Yes.
Check out the links. Let's get it. You know, let's show some love to our friend Peter Terrin. You know,
and just be, continue doing what I love doing most. And that's it, man. That's not a lack of ambition. It's just being content with what you have.
I love it. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate your time. This has been incredible. You know.
Was very nice to see my friend. Likewise. Very nice. You're always welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Not just you, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome.
Yes.
Everybody can come and visit my place.
Come visit, follow Peter Terrin, Instagram. This is going to come out on YouTube, so subscribe to YouTube channel, and any contact you guys want to have, all the links are going to be there, and thank you once again for this.
Thank you, guys.
Beautiful time, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks appreciate it.
Drive safe.
Drive safe.
Out of the jungle.
An incredible jungle. And hey, when you have a barbecue, let me know.
I will. I will.